I guess what's your major goal, coming out of this?
I want to become a police officer in Federal Way, where I grew up. I know it, and I know that I can make a difference there. It was kind of a calling. I'd always been interested in the field, either in the forensic side or the law enforcement side, but I also did Running Start my senior year of high school. And I took a Intro to Criminal Justice class just to see how it was at a Highline Community College. And the first day in class, I was spellbound. I was like, at the end of the period, he was like, okay, see you guys next week. And I'm just like, wait, give me more information. Like, don't stop talking to me. Please, I need more. And it was just like, okay, this is what I want to do. This is where I want to be. It's stuck. This job has made it even more clear to me that this is where I belong. So.
Do you enjoy the culture of it as well?
Very.
Is there a specific aspect of the culture that you're
It's
really fond of?
the friendship and the family feeling to it about being an officer.
I love working on the street, and I love street patrol. I would really enjoy having a dog. I love the police canines. I've worked with them before, and they're great. SWAT, I think, would be cool, because I'm kind of an adrenaline junkie. My senior year of high school, I went on just one ride-along with my next-door neighbor, who was a Lacey police officer. And just after the one ride-along, it was like my calling. I was like, this is what I need to do. This is the way my mind works, and this is just exactly what I need to do. And shortly after that ride-along is when I joined the Explorers program there, did that for a year, and then came here, and I've loved it. I love my job. I have the best job ever.
Well, when I was really young, when I was in elementary school, I did want to be a police officer, and then it kind of switched to where I wanted to do teaching. And as bad as it sounds, what kind of got me back on this path is actually like CSI and those shows.
Yeah, I was told that you go through like basically all the basic training that actual officers do. What's that experience like?
Interesting.
We all get to carry pepper spray.
Oh, yeah.
And part of being able to carry it is you have to get pepper spray. It is one of the more miserable experiences ever, getting pepper spray. It hurts like you can't even explain.
What are you really scared? Like, what's the one thing about that whole experience that you are absolutely terrified of?
I've heard that you have trouble breathing and seeing. I'm afraid that those senses will be too clogged for me to actually do anything.
For me, it's probably the same.
You may want to cry, you physically cannot. Your body will not let you cry.
No, I will be swearing at base door.
I would rather be tased than pepper sprayed, because the thing about the taser is, yes, it hurts, and yes, you can't move, but it's 5 seconds and it's done. Pepper spray, it's incredible searing pain for probably 2 hours. Your face feels like it was badly sunburned for about 24, and then your whole face is still warm for about 3 or 4 days. And it just lingers, and every time you shower, it burns again, but the taser is just done. It works and it's done.
Just making those connections with people on the job and off the job.
That we connect with the students in a way that they can't, and it just gives another connection between the officers and the students so that they know that the officers can help them when they need help.
Okay, there's the officers, we can go talk to them because we know them. So.
I think one of the other reasons is students are more likely to talk to us about something is because they know we're students too. So all of us are students and they know that. And they're more likely to, hey, I have a problem to another student than they are to one of the officers who's old enough to be their dad. For me, it's hard to switch off the what ifs. Every time something's happening, well, what if this happens next? Or what if this happens next? How would I respond? I do that even when I'm at home. Like, what if guy comes out of the apartment across from me going crazy with a knife? What would I do? Just all that kind of stuff. And it's really hard to turn that off. Yeah, our officers are really good about asking us the what ifs when we're on duty. Like if we're on a call with them afterwards, they'll be like, all right, well, did you see this? Or what would have happened if this? Or do you know the law on this? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that helps us learn. When you're on duty, your mind is going 100% of the time. You're always thinking what could happen, Even just sitting here, it's what would happen if someone came through that door right now going nuts? How would I respond? How would I get out if I needed to? It's a skill to not just want to jump all the time, to know, if he's going to do this to me, how could I respond? And every situation is different, and it's different for every person. What I think don't understand is how quickly those decisions have to be made. That life and death situation is split second. It's not even a full second.
We try to model right from the beginning. And so the interview process for the cadet program is not identical, but very close to identical. With a police or a ward, it is incredibly formal. And they're taking stock of everything, how you're acting, how you're sitting, how you're talking, how you answer the questions, everything. And it's a very intimidating process. The whole yelling in my face thing doesn't really faze me all that much. It's more a mental game. They do it more just to see who's going to crack under having someone yell at you, because shockingly people yell at police officers. It happens. You're going to feel stress, and they know that, and they want you to feel the stress to see how you're going to react under the stress. So, I mean, that's kind of the point.
Once they start the questioning, it's not that bad. Your heart's still like about to beat out of your chest, but it's not as intimidating as it was when you first walked in. But they ask you questions about what would you do if you were in this situation.
They ask if one of your friends, like if you saw one of your friends coming out of like a building that was was locked and closed, and you're like, hey, what are you doing? And they don't respond to you, and they just keep walking. What would you do in that circumstance? Like, would you let them go? Would you call, like, what would you do?
They ask you questions on your integrity and your morality and all of that. And then after you're done, it's like freedom.